There we go.
Utah Jazz have completed a 4-game sweep of the road trip. They've won 7 straight. They keep getting better seemingly every night. And tonight, they dispatched of the Washington Wizards with defense, big men, and overall genius. We're talking about it. It's POSTCAST. David Locke along with Ron Boone as the Utah Jazz just continue to dominate. They've won 7 straight, 5 of the 7 by 20 or more, which we've gotten used to, but frankly, you don't do in the NBA. Adrian Dantley's calling you?
Yeah.
Is he calling you? You need to take that call?
No, I'll call it back.
Okay. Dude, how cool is he? Like, Adrian Dantley's just buzzing him right now. You think he watched the game? Wants to talk about how good the Jazz are?
I'm sure he did. He's critiqued the ball game, I'm sure.
Rudy Gobert just said to us a moment ago, we're just playing beautiful basketball.
Yeah. He has to enjoy the way things are going. I mean, he's scoring, he's rebounding, he's making a huge impact on the basketball game. And every time you talk to him, he talks about ball movement. So ball movement means that he's touching the basketball there as well, and everyone's, getting involved. And again, I know I harp on game planning. Game planning usually means that they're trying to take advantage of not what the defense is giving them, but weaknesses from your opponents and things like that. Everything seems to be working.
The Jazz script their first play of every game. And the first play tonight went perfectly into a Rudy Gobert dunk.
Yes.
Igor Kokoskov used to always say, like, it just gives your team such confidence to know that the coaching staff can do it and that they know what's going on. We've kind of actually seen it throughout the whole road trip. Donovan Mitchell got a wide open left side 3 against Cleveland that Quinn literally told him he was going to get. It seems to me it's a bit symbolic of kind of where the team is right now.
Yeah. And if you notice, a lot of times Quinn draws up something, and I'm sure he's put a lot of thought into that particular play. It wasn't like, okay, let's do this while he's there on the floor during practice. Put a lot of thought into it, and then sometimes that turns 2 or 3 games down the line, that becomes a part of their offense because it does work. But I listened to him this morning talk about the working on the first play, and he talked about the angle of the screen, first of all, and the timing. You sell it like you're not going to do something, and you do something else. And that's how Rudy got the dunk.
This was an interesting big picture performance. We'll get into the individual performances, but the offense did not gel right away. And so instead, the defense kept them in the game. At halftime, the first quarter defensive rating was a 97. By the end of 3 quarters, the defense was a 95. And then the offense finally just put the hammer down. I don't know that maybe the Warriors can, but I don't know anyone, maybe Phoenix. We'll see. We'll find out with the Clippers on Wednesday. Those are the 3 best defensive teams we haven't played yet. I'm not sure you can hold the Jazz offense down all 4 quarters. And so when the defense can play 2 or 3 or 4 really good quarters like they did tonight, it's a kind of inevitable that the offense finally is going to hammer them.
Well, you're absolutely right. And, we can say a lot of good things about what the Jazz are doing right now. But I really think, David, that and I hope that's the lacrosse team over there.
Yes. All of the girls in their purple Donovan Mitchell 45 jerseys. That's pretty cool.
But the success that the Jazz are having in the second half. Now, we're going to have to go back and put some numbers together. I know the Jazz have won 7 second half. The last 9 or 10 ball games, they won the second half 7 times. And we're probably on the way home. You can go back.
Well, they're plus 26 tonight, and they were plus 18 per 100 possessions coming in for the last 10 games. So it's going to go up a little bit.
So I'm just wondering if it's the adjustments or just the overall game plan just starts to click a little bit better in the second half than it does in the first.
Well, last year the Jazz were number 1 in the third quarters in NBA. This year they're number 2 because the Warriors are having the historically best third quarter of all time, and the Jazz are number 1 in the league in fourth quarters. So that, to speak to your point, they're the best fourth quarter team. They're the second best third quarter team. The only reason they're the second best third quarter team is the Warriors are like plus 20 in third quarters this year. It's insanity. This is a team that has Daniel Gafford is pretty good. He's okay. Like he's good. Hassan Whiteside and Rudy Gobert today combined to just once again, Joel Embiid's really good. And these guys against drop bigs are back-to-back nights are now combining for monstrous game performances. And I have another thought on it, but what are you seeing out of those two guys?
Well, what I'm seeing now is that we talked about at the beginning of the season. We know what Rudy can do. I wasn't really sure about Hassan Whiteside about what he was going to give this team. And I know we talked about at the beginning of the year that he only has 17 minutes, 15 to 17, 18 minutes to impact this basketball game. Can he do it? And I think he's really starting to do that. He has a season high of 23 minutes, I think. And that's been increasing here as of late. I think he played 20, tonight? He ended up...
got the garbage time, so you got 20 minutes tonight.
So you throw out the garbage time, so he probably was at around 21 minutes of ball game. That is so huge when you have a player like that that can impact the basketball game in that short period of time to the point where the Jazz do not lose anything when he's out there on the floor. And what did he do? Well, there wasn't a minus as far as the Jazz concerned here tonight at all.
Here's the thing about what Rudy and Hassan are doing. There's two trends in the NBA right now. One is fewer free throw attempts because of the fouls on the wings. Two of them combined for 5. That's not a lot. Fewer shots at the rim because defenses are taking the rim away and because of the propensity for threes. The rim is still the best shot you can get in this game. The two of them combined tonight to shoot 17 of 19, if I'm correct. I think that's right. 17 of 19. If you shoot 17 of 19, I actually don't care what you do the rest of the night. You're going to have a good offensive game.
That's great numbers. You're absolutely right. So, and then you're rebounding the block shots, the intimidation factor. I mean, just so much comes into play here. 4 blocks, and Rudy had 3. Hassan had 4.
Let's go back to another number. The Jazz did not have a corner 3 till about 3 minutes left, 4 minutes left of the game with Boyan. So if you don't leave the corner because you're not willing to give up the 3, then Hassan Whiteside and Rudy Gobert go 17 of 19 for the field. If you want to bring the guy off the corner, that's great, but then we're going to just bury corner 3s like we did against Minnesota and Cleveland.
Interesting.
It's kind of
stop that.
You can't stop this offense. You can't stop this offense. Quinn Snyder laughing as he leaves the presser. All right, we got a big crowd tonight. Thank you very much for all tuning in. Really, they're just dominant. The defense was great tonight. Rudy and Hassan were terrific defensively as well. Wednesday, the Clippers will be real. They're the second best defensive team in the league. We'll see how we play against them. And then Golden State, Phoenix, we have a back-to-back coming up eventually. It's a long road to get to Game 70, but we'll be one of the top 3 seeds in the West. We're getting better. We got an incredible little run upon us, and it's going to be fun to watch every night. So try to enjoy it. Best record in the NBA since 2016-17 doesn't suck either. See ya.